saw before with Sophie was that in a situation where we couldn't avoid a bath, we couldn't avoid drying her off, and kind of an immediate management situation using the gentle leader, I pointed out, I think, during that sequence that she was still anxious and nervous during that time period. So meaning that she was trembling, her ears were back, she wasn't comfortable. So that's how I can use it in an immediate setting. But for the long term, looking at ultimate goals, I would like her to be able to enjoy being toweled off after a bath, or at least not be anxious with it. So to desensitize her to that process, what I've done now is she's already had a chance to run around the yard, she's calmed down after her bath, and I've gone ahead and put back on the gentle leader, and I'm going to do just a training session with her, toweling her off. She doesn't need to be toweled off right now, and I'm going to do a very, very brief session with her, training her that it's okay to get toweled off, or even good to get toweled off because it's associated with treats. So the first thing that I would do is I'm not going to use a full-size bath towel because that's a little perhaps intimidating to her, and it's also been associated with previous baths. So I'm going to use just a little rag that's a lot smaller for her. I've got her gentle leader on, and I'm going to ask her to sit. Watch me. Now I've got little food treats in here, tasty treats, and I'm going to, Sophie, come over here. Sit, good girl. And I'm going to give her one little wipe and a reward for being good. So she knows there's treats here. Once again, I'll say, Sophie, watch me, good girl. Little wipe, what a good girl. Now, if she had acted up, become aggressive, once again, I would have been able to respond to that by pulling up and towards on the gentle leader to get her back under control, relax her a little bit, and then release the pressure when she was good again. Good girl. And I'm doing light, little small wipes with her with this dry towel. As I would progress, I'd get a little bit more enthusiastic with rubbing with the towel and so forth, as long as she's tolerated it well at prior levels. And so it's a gradual escalation in the intensity of the drying off. But in this way, we can condition her to actually look forward to getting toweled off instead of, watch me, instead of having a bad response like she did before. In this circumstance with the bathing and the aggression associated with it, I think the gentle leader has done a couple of things. One thing is that I think it's decreased her arousal level, so she's a little less reactive, a little less likely to get to the growl, snap, the bite, what have you. And for me, it's given me a sense of confidence that I can actually work with her, because I feel like I'm safer, that if she does have an aggressive episode, that I will be able to control her head, close up her mouth, and prevent a serious bite. She's really a fearful dog. She's not a dominant dog. She's not just plain aggressive dog. When she's scared, she sometimes uses aggression to lash out and back away that stimulus. And so for me to be more in control, calmer, less reactive, she's going to be a better dog for me.